Lovana was a beautiful little girl with long curly hair who lived with her godparents in the provinces of Haiti. They had other children, but most of the household duties fell on Lovana's shoulders, washing the dishes, doing the laundry, cleaning the house, and fetching water. In most villages in Haiti, there is no running water. So early every morning, Lovana had to go to the spring to fetch buckets of spring water to be used in the house throughout the day. During the rainy season, the spring water became muddy, so the children had to walk further up the mountain to find a spot where the water was clean. One morning, as Lovana made the tiring trip up the mountain, she saw some movement out of the corner of her eye. The stream began to bubble, and all of a sudden, the most beautiful, brightly colored fish Lovana had ever seen came flying out of the water. "I can help you find clean water," it said in a soothing voice. "From now on, when you need clean water, just sing this song and I will come to you. You will not have to climb up this steep mountain again." Tezen, mon ami mwen zen. Tezen, mon ami mwen zen. Tezen nan d'lo, mon ami mwen zen. Tezen nan d'lo, mon ami mwen zen. Sing this song whenever you come to the stream, and I will appear. Lovana climbed down the mountain that day with a bucket full of the clearest water she had ever gathered, balanced masterfully atop her head. She walked in a daze, not believing what had just transpired. The next day, Lovana returned to the spring and sang the song as instructed. Tezen, mon ami mwen zen. Tezen, mon ami mwen zen. Tezen nan l'eau, mon ami mwen zen. Tezen nan l'eau, mon ami mwen zen. Out jumped Tezen to deliver that clear, sweet water for her to bring home to the family. She repeated the same routine the next day, and the next, and so on. With each new trip, the pair got to know each other better and became increasingly fond of the other's company. One day, Tezen told Lovana, "Please take this handkerchief. If ever something should happen to me, 3 drops of blood will appear on it." Lovana was appalled at the idea that anything should ever happen to her beloved Tezen. Meanwhile, the other children in the village were still walking very long distances to fetch water in the morning and coming home with slightly muddy water. Everyone wondered, how was Lovana making such quick trips and returning with clean, delicious water? Lovana's godfather eyed her as she left one morning and took it upon himself to solve this mystery. He quietly followed her to the stream and watched as Lovana put down her bucket, kneeled at the water's edge, and sang. Tezen, mon ami mwen zen. Tezen, mon ami mwen zen. Tezen nan l'eau, mon ami mwen zen. Tezen nan l'eau, mon ami mwen zen. Out jumped a magical fish with rainbow-colored scales. The terrifyingly beautiful creature hovered in midair and, to his surprise, spoke affectionately to his goddaughter. The girl laughed and exchanged pleasantries. After a few minutes of this friendly banter, Tezen produced the clean, sweet water for Lovana. Godfather was terrified at this sight. Lovana seemed to care deeply for this demon creature, and this was unacceptable. When she was no longer in sight, he bumbled up the stream and bellowed in his deep baritone voice, "Hey, poisson! Hey, Tezen! Poisson!" Nothing happened. Overcome by fear and rage, he sang even louder, "Hey, poisson! Hey, Tezen! Mon ami, moi c'est l'eau!" But still, nothing happened. He returned home more motivated than before to stop this cursed exchange. Godfather began secretly following Lovana to the spring every day, watching her every move, listening closely to the tone of her voice and her mannerisms. Finally, he felt ready to try again. Godfather waited until Lovana had left the stream and tiptoed as daintily as he could to her spot. He kneeled down and sang in the best imitation of a young girl's voice that he could make. Immediately, the stream began to bubble, and out jumped Tezen. Pop! Godfather caught Tezen in his net and carried the fish home. He chopped off Tezen's head and gave the fish to his wife to cook for dinner that night. The entire village was invited to the feast. Meanwhile, Lovana felt an unusual pang of anxiety as she went about her afternoon. What was this feeling? When she came home from the fields that evening, she smelled the aroma of her aunt's feast. Instantly, Lovana pulled his handkerchief from her apron. There lay 3 crimson drops of blood. No! This could not be, she screamed, running for the spring. Lovana fell to the ground next to the water, singing to her anguish, Tezen, mon ami, Tezen, mon ami, Tezen, mon ami, Tezen, mon ami, But nothing happened. Tezen was gone. Lovana took the devastating walk back to her home where her family was greedily feasting on her friend. She quietly sat in a small chair beneath a tree in her backyard, undid her hair and combed through her curls, while weeping bitterly for Tezen. She wept and wept, singing his song. Lovana's grief was so enormous that the weight of it caused her chair and then her body to sink into the ground. Before she was completely submerged, a neighbor boy saw Lovana. He cried out, come quick, but it was too late. All that remained was a pile of beautiful curls on the ground. Sometimes, when the moon shines just so, or a rainbow is perfectly reflected in a stream, one can hear faint echoes of Lovana calling out to Tezen and her beloved fish splashing in the water. I just so happened to be walking by the day as people gathered around Lovana's patch of hair in the ground, Perplexed at the sight, I let out a shout, and someone knew I didn't belong there. So they kicked me in the butt till I flew up past the mountains of the Caribbean and the ocean until I landed right here in Philadelphia to tell you the story of Tezen and Lovana.